Thank you.
Great. Cool. All right. So let me share my screen. Hold on, yeah. So should have gotten it. Can you see?
Yeah, I see.
Okay, great, great. So I'm just gonna switch. Okay, because I'm just using single computer mode, so there's only my laptop screen. So I will switch over to the presentation itself. But at any point in time, if you want to interrupt, okay, just sound off. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, great. So, like I said, this slide is our marketing slide that we use for discovery meeting, first meetings with customers. So it's giving you a broad overview of Liminal, specifically focusing on wallet infra. As I mentioned before, Liminal, we actually have three solutions. First one is wallet infra. Okay. Second one is custody. Okay. And then the third one is white label. And of course, we have other value added services under, let's say, even for wallet infra, even for custody, even for white label. We have value added services that helps all three. For example, staking. We have, now we have Liminal Prime. So obviously, again, Clarence and what he mentioned about Liminal Prime liquidity can help three different solutions, right? Okay. But first, you must understand wallet infrastructure versus custody versus white label. So I'll just give a quick overview. So wallet infrastructure, as I mentioned, is self-custody. That means uh, Liminal becomes like a technology partner. We help build this wallet infra for our customer, and then they hold the key. Okay, that means they control the movement of asset. When they store the assets in the Liminal wallet, even though it's Liminal wallet, but the key is managed by the customer. So it's self custody. That's the first one. Second one, of course, as the name suggests, custody. This is simple. It's like then Liminal becomes like a bank. We are a custodian. A Liminal holds the key. Customer use service, but ultimate control, movement of asset, the key belongs to Liminal, right? So they use us like, almost like a storage service. And the reason for this is obviously uh, custody is for customers who don't want to, let's say, apply for license, or they don't want to take on the risk of managing assets, because some of these assets could be, in the millions, billions of dollars. So, and maybe they don't have the people, the resource, the knowledge how to manage keys securely by themselves. So they're afraid. It's just like how, let's say, using again the bank idea is instead of building an entire secure bank vault at home, I just go to the bank and use the bank services because they are secure. I'll just use them as a customer. So that's the same idea. So Liminal is the custodian, okay, for number two. Number three, white label. So again, as the name suggests, straightforward because that means it's for customers who want to be service providers themselves. That means they want to be like Liminal. So we have a customer in Africa who is using our white label solution. So that means they take Liminal technology, okay, with all the Liminal branding, right? And then they change it around. They put their company logo, their branding, and then they resell it. So in this case, we partner with this African customer. They are become our reseller. All the solution that they sell to other African customers, their customer, when they log in, they will see the our customer's brand and logo, not Liminal. So it's white label. Okay, just like packaging, taking our technology, packaging it into somebody else. So these three. Okay. Okay. So now with that context, now we'll zoom into wallet infra, self custody. Okay. So for the other one, custody, which is Liminal as the custodian, because of licensing requirement, we normally don't focus so much on it unless, of course, let's say in Vietnam, where Liminal is able to, in maybe in the future, to participate as a custodian too, right? And offer these services. So it requires licensing. So right now, we are only offering this custody service in India, okay, where we have FIU registration, the local regulator. We are also offering in Dubai, Middle East, because there's VARA. So if you read about in Dubai, it is called VARA. In Abu Dhabi, is called ADGM, right? So we used to have the ADGM license. Now we are applying for Dubai VARA license. We already have in principle approval. So which means that once we get our license, we can start selling liminal custody, okay, in Dubai and Middle East region. Okay. Okay. So switching back to this. Okay. So giving a big background. So of course, normally to customers, I don't talk so much in detail because it really depends on the requirements of the individual customer. But because this is an introductory session, so I will be a bit more detailed. And then for you, then you will hopefully learn from this session. And then in the same way, when you talk to your Vietnamese prospects, you will just hopefully be able to pick pieces from here and there and do your sharing. Okay. Okay. So Liminal was founded by Mahin, our CEO, back in 2021. Okay, so now it's 2026. In fact, it is already 5 years. Okay, we have celebrated 5 years anniversary since April, 1st of April, 2021 till now. Okay, but what was Mahin doing before this? He was actually a CTO, founder of ZPay, which is, I would say, one of the largest crypto exchanges in India. Okay, he founded ZPay in 2014. So you can see, and he exited in 2018, 2019. So running the exchange for 4 years as a CTO before exiting, and then subsequently founding Liminal. So, but if you know that blockchain only started in let's say Bitcoin 2008, 2010, so 2014, he was a very early adopter. So that's what's special about Mahin is because he's one of really the OGs. Once the technology started, he became interested in it. He was a computer scientist by training, and then he started playing around with it. So even before that, he actually founded Buy Sell Bitcoin, again one of India's first P2P trading marketplaces. Then ZPay, then Liminal. So you can see that he has more than 10 over years of experience dealing with blockchain technology, and he's very knowledgeable. So what does this mean is that, we have our competition like Fireblocks, we have like say BitGo, and all of them are good. That's why they are good competitors. But it's about the DNA and how it started, right? So usually I will share this story like a differentiation is that for Fireblocks, they started off as they are founded by cybersecurity experts. So that means their starting point is security. BitGo started as a custodian, right? Then now they are moving into wallet infrastructure as well. So what makes Liminal special? Liminal actually started, the DNA is running exchange. So which means the good thing is that we understand our customers' business very well because Mahin was an ex-crypto exchange founder. So that's the angle, is that people, customers, especially VAS exchanges, OTC desks, who use liminal services, it is created by someone who used to be in the same business as them. So they know the pain. So Mahin knows the pain points of what is necessary for institutions, let's say crypto exchanges, OTC, there's large institutions running high volume trading. So what they need is efficiency, right? Speed, efficiency. They need efficient gas fee management, okay, cost management. They also need 100% transactions to go through. So when Mahin founded Liminal, he put all of this, his own experiences in running exchange into this, so that our customers will feel that, hey, the solutions they use when they choose Liminal, it caters very well for them. So high volume transactions that require, a lot of transaction accuracy and confirmation. And some of the times you see what's happening in blockchain is that networks get congested, or maybe gas fees spike and transactions get stuck waiting for the gas fees, right? So he built all of this automation into Liminal so that, for example, transactions don't get stuck. We have 100% transaction confirmation guarantee. For example, like EVM chains, when gas fees spike, so transactions get stuck, then we actually have a retry mechanism that automatically retries with a slightly increased gas fee each time so that your transactions will ultimately go through instead of being stuck somewhere. Okay, so we have a retry mechanism. We also have a replace by fee mechanism. Similarly, you can automatically replace it with a higher fee. Okay, you can choose yourself like what is the threshold so that transactions will always follow your policies. And in terms of high gas fee period, your transactions will just automatically go through because of this well management of gas fee. Of course, on the other hand, also if you want to save money, when you use Liminal, is that let's say gas fees spike, but for some transactions which are not necessary or urgent, you can actually say that okay, if gas fees are above a certain amount, okay, then do not do this transaction until the gas fees drop back. Then do this transaction. So obviously, this is for things that are, let's say, internal transactions, not so critical, not so urgent, that can afford to wait. So with this very interesting way of managing gas fees, customers actually able to save quite a fair bit of, I would say, assets over time, especially because they are doing high volume. Okay, so that is the interesting thing. I'll share more details about that later. And so from transaction confirmation guarantee to efficient gas fee savings to, let's say, automation, which I have the infra diagram where I'll show you how we help with automation. So all of this will make like customers who are running exchanges, customers who are running OTC desks. So everything runs like clockwork. And so customers will feel that. So that is our DNA. Okay. So other competition are strong in their areas. So where Liminal strong is efficiency and high volume transactions. Okay. Okay, so this is a current snapshot of where we are at. So considering we're 5 years old, we have already hit 100 billion transactions processed. We have also helped with automations, like 600 million plus worth of automation. We also help, okay, save, because of this automation, we actually help a lot of this C-level people save in terms of their time as well as the resources spent, okay? And then these are some of the larger customers that we have. Of course, doesn't represent all, but these are some of the more notable ones. Okay, so with a good mix of different geographies. So obviously, we have about 80 plus and more growing now, customers across 12 countries. So highlighting certain ones, let's say from Hong Kong, from Taiwan. So we have Bito, MyCoin from Taiwan. These are the top two largest exchanges in Taiwan using us, and Taiwan is one of our growing and leading markets, as we have shared before. We also have OpenFX. So OpenFX is interesting. I'm not too sure how well, let's say, regarding prime brokerage trading, right? Prime brokerage, that means similar to Liminal Prime, but on a global level. So we have the largest is actually, one of the largest is FalconX. Okay, FalconX is headquartered in the US, is one of the largest. So the founder, Prabhakar Reddy, he's actually a good friend of Mahin. So he actually started I would say, a different, almost like a subsidiary. I wouldn't say subsidiary, it's actually a different entity, also in the prime brokerage business, but I think focusing on different markets, maybe on the APAC side of the house. Yeah. So OpenFX is actually has the same founder as FalconX, and you can go and check FalconX later. It's one of the largest. So we are very happy to have OpenFX, which is one of our, I would say, marquee or main largest customers, contributing to that 100 billion transactions. Okay. Then of course ZPay, which I mentioned before, is one of the largest exchanges in India, and ZPay is Mahin founded it in 2014, and then he sold it to the current owners, and the current owners are still happily using Liminal Infra, of course. And then, so BitSafe is an example of an Indian customer who is an asset management firm, doesn't want to manage keys by himself, so he's using our Indian entity, Liminal India, basically, custody service. And then Chains is another Taiwan trading exchange. And then CBI, we also work with law enforcement agencies. So CBI is a Central Bureau of Intelligence in India. So they are using liminal services. Because I mentioned we have wallet infra, I will share more with you later. But from hot wallets to, let's say, online hot wallets, we also help with mobile wallets. That means customers can use their mobile phone to create liminal wallet and do transactions from the phone, all the way down to multi-signature wallet that use ledger devices, okay, to operate, to store the key and operate the transaction in the wallet. So these few different solutions. So legal enforcement agency like CBI, they like to have the physical key. That means the USB, the ledger, because these ledgers can be counted. These are actual, the keys are actually stored inside. They can be secured in, let's say, in the police station or in a secure vault somewhere. So it's something that they can see, and because these are traditional non-Web3 people, so it's almost like whenever they secure assets, they seize it, they want to control it, move it into a CBI wallet, they have the ledger device. So it's something that they are uh, more easily accustomed to learning and using as compared to everything API online and things like that, which may be more complicated. So this again is a good example of how Liminal have slightly different solutions. We cater to many different segments. So, and even law enforcement is something you can take note of for Vietnam as well. For example, if Vietnam government or Vietnam law enforcement agency want to do seizure of a crypto asset, but they need to create and control the wallet subsequently, this is a very simple, easy to use method that they can use. Okay. Yeah, and then moving on, then of course this is Indonesia. We have Indonesian customers as well, like in Digital Exchange, Pi 42 Threshold. This is the one that I mentioned earlier. That is the African reseller, Threshold, the brand, reselling within the African continent market, but they're actually powered by Liminal. And XRuby is now, it is, in fact, my business with XRuby is growing because this is a customer our first customer in Kyrgyzstan, Central Asia. So Liminal is even penetrating to markets like Central Asia, which I've also designated as one of a strategic market, because I think there's a lot of growth interest in Central Asia. You see the Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, so on and so forth. So that's why this is a representation of all the different markets and the places that Liminal is working in right now, right? Okay, so security compliance, also good for you to know in case you meet people and say, okay, thank you for telling me about Liminal background, but how secure, how safe are you, right? So we actually have ISO 27701 and 27001. So you can go and read a bit more about that, but it's actually more about general network security, network architecture, okay, the two ISOs. And then this is important because this is SOC 2 Type 2. So this is about penetration testing, and this is actually testing about the actual architecture process. The difference between Type 1 and Type 2, please go and learn, find out so that you can talk about this difference with your customer. So basically, SOC 2 Type 2 is continuous, regular, scheduled testing. Okay, whereas SOC 2 Type 1 is actually more of a one-time window where they analyze how secure you are, the security, network security. But SOC 2 Type 2 is actually over the period of time. Okay, so we actually have gotten SOC 2 Type 2. And then because we are a custodian, as I mentioned before, in India and the Middle East, Dubai, so we also need to have GDPR, which is a data protection, privacy protection regulations that we follow, this GDPR requirements, how to manage customers' data safely and securely. Okay, so this is our certification. And of course, this is actually online as well. So there is actually a link that we have, almost like a vault. We showcase our customers, say that if you want to take a look, understanding how secure Liminal is, we actually have a scrut.io page where all the documentation and the certifications are shown. Okay, and of course, because a lot of these are assets, right, that move. and are supposed to follow certain rules and regulations. So in this case, like anti-money laundering or counter-terrorism financing, basically following the rules of, let's say, FATCA, or let's say United Nations sanctions. So obviously Liminal is a wallet infra provider. In this case, we don't do the AML CTF ourselves, the service. So we partner with, in this case, TRM Labs, okay? And we are also partnering with Elliptic. Elliptic is also quite a well-known brand. So on this point, pause, Stephen, can you share, do you know, let's say in Vietnam, for transaction monitoring, anti-money laundering, do you know what do people use in Vietnam for Vietnam market?
You mean that for the institutional finance, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, that they are all controlled by the Ministry of Finance right now. Yeah. And
I'm talking about blockchain, yeah? Blockchain transaction. Okay, these
oh,
are blockchain transaction. Then they use, so that's why in real in for, we call it for fiat, for actual money. Of course, you have certain brands, that do money laundering, anti-money laundering checks and things like that. These are actual services solution for um, actual money, fiat money. But now I'm talking about blockchain transaction, and for anti-money laundering, let's say transaction monitoring on blockchain. So these are the more famous ones. You can get more familiar. So we have TRM Labs, we have Elliptic, we also have chain analysis. Yeah, have you heard of chain analysis?
yeah. I know chain analysis.
Yeah. So something like that. So, but of course, we are not partnered with chain analysis. I think also because they are also the most expensive, one of the most expensive. So because our customers normally, in this case, where we talk about integration, yeah. So just to share with you,
Mm,
integration means that if it's not integrated, you need to run two solutions. That means you use Liminal to run your transaction, but you
mm,
always need to go back to, let's say, TRM Labs website portal to check the transaction that you just did, or the wallet address that you're sending to, is it secure, is it safe? So if it's not integrated, you have to run different solution, right, on two different platforms. Integration just means that now whenever they are sending a liminal transaction from a wallet, because it's integrated, the APIs as well as the transaction would, before the transaction is signed, they will check, oh, okay, number one, is the wallet address you're sending to, is it safe? Or is it on a sanction list? Is it red flag somewhere? And then the wallet address you're sending to, is it also, who else have been sending access to it? Is it linked to other wallets that are at risk or high risk or red flag? Something like that. So that is, transaction or wallet address transaction risk monitoring. How risky is your transaction going to be, basically? So when it is integrated, this means that whenever you're doing this signing on liminal vaults or user interface, basically, it will show the transaction risk score before you sign. Okay, that means it will show you the information that is integrated with TRM Labs and show you that, okay, this wallet you're sending to, is it what's the risk score? Is it linked to anything, red flag, scary, blah blah blah, before you sign? So that is for the UI or user interface. But even when you're using the Liminal API, the API also return you the information in the API when you say that is it the risk score, etc. from there. So this integration is done. So customers, is just more convenient for them that they can check on the transaction risk monitoring before they sign transactions. So similarly, there's the other thing for travel rule, which is also required by the, like the US government for the US dollar, right? Whenever they institute this travel rule policies, that means the originator as well as the recipient beneficiary. So you need to know the details. You need to declare where is it from and who is it going to. Okay, so for that, similarly, Liminal is integrated with Nota Bene, which they are specializing in travel rule information.
okay.
Okay, at this moment, any question before?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. For Yeah, for the gas, I'm really interested in that. Can you tell me a little bit more about the gas fees saving? Because some of the customer in Vietnam, the Coin 98, they also have the problem in gas saving into of the customer during transaction in the exchange. Yeah, can you tell me a little bit about
I
it?
will, because like I said, I will do that via the right slide. Okay,
Oh
so
yeah, okay.
I will come to that. So it's a good question you raised. So you see, so which is why knowing Mahin and the background, I hope it was a long story, but it
Yeah.
helps you to understand. Obviously, I don't repeat such long stories to customers. The reason why I share this with you and with other salespeople is, you need to know where we come from, right, to know where we are going, right? So, and what differentiates liminal. So that is really one of the stories that I will share if customers are interested. But normally, you see, the reason why Mahin understand, you see, the problems when running this, you see, there's risk on the hot wallets. So
Mm.
all the exploit, you read about it, like even recently, it's either smart contract issue nowadays, we see, right? The issue with smart contract, they exploit it, flash exploit where they don't have to uh, while waiting, they actually move the assets out before the certain confirmations are done. So it's a flash exploit. But all of this is happening on smart contract. Exploits are all happening on hot wallets, which means that do you understand the definition of a hot wallet, by the way, Stephen?
Yeah, I know. It's like the ledger, right? The ledger is the hot wallet, right?
No, 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 no. Ledger is not. Yeah. So to clarify, the temperature of a wallet means that hot, warm, cold. It
Ah,
just
cold.
means so cold wallet versus hot wallet. So hot wallet just means that the key material is online, is
Mm.
connected to internet, is online. That's why a hot wallet, you can run transactions um, via API, right? You know API, so you can run it like software. You can program it. That's why uh, smart contracts are basically programs written to execute something automatically. Smart
Mm.
contract. As long as certain conditions are met, then this action will be done, right?
Is
That's a
it
smart
like
contract.
MetaMask?
MetaMask. I mean, okay. The idea is MetaMask is for customer, client, retail. But
Uh,
okay, I mean, you're right in a sense. MetaMask is considered. They call it a customer wallet, right? For end user like you and I.
mm,
Phantom, MetaMask, Trust Wallet. These are all wallets that you can create and use it as a retail, B2C basically, right? You are the retail person, you and I basically. We can use this MetaMask wallet. But you're right in the sense that MetaMask is not safe because the key material is stored in the web browser.
mm.
That's why
uh,
MetaMask is so easy to be exploited because
yeah.
the private key, is stored in your web browser. So web browsers are easy to attack and easy to get the key material out. So it's basically stored online, right? On
Mm,
on the server somewhere. That's why it's a web browser. So that's why I don't think it's safe. I
mm,
don't use MetaMask. I use personally I use Ledger. Okay, because at least I know, like I said, the Ledger is stored. The private key is stored on the Ledger device, which I can safeguard at home. Correct.
mm,
Yeah, I also use Trezor, by the way, so that I have different, at least from two different companies.
mm,
But that's going a bit off point because these are cold wallet because the private key is stored offline in the USB device, offline, right? It's not connected to internet. So this is a cold wallet. So hot wallets here on the screen, hot wallets are where the key is stored online. So you have like most of the, let's say Fireblocks, BitGo, all of these MPC wallet solution, right? MPC. Do you know the term between MPC, multi-sig, etc.?
that thing that I understand. Multi-sig nature is mean that if you want to that transaction run, you have must have the private key of many parties to
Mm.
do that. Yeah, is it right? Yeah.
Okay, both are many parties, but it's just how the signature and the private key works. So for multi-party computation, MPC, okay, pause. So
Mm,
it is too much I cannot teach you everything at one
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
You need to have a basic knowledge. So I hopefully through this, you understand where, let's say, you have some gaps in knowledge. Please go and read up. Uh,
Mhm.
okay, please go
I,
and
I
read up.
can research it myself. No
Yeah.
worry.
So, but I mean, it's good that you asked. I'll give a very prelim understanding. It's like, so multi-party computation is usually means that the key is broken into different pieces, shards. That means
Mm,
one private key, okay, one key is broken into two or three or more shards. So in Liminal's case, Liminal MPC, multi-party computation, Liminal's MPC is broken into two shards. One shard, one piece is with Liminal, the other piece is with customer. Okay, so
mm,
customer run API and they want to create a transaction. So customer will kickstart the process. They will, let's say, run an API, say send transaction to wallet. Then their key shard, their half of the key will
mm,
make a partial signature first. Will create a partial signature, right?
mm.
Okay, you must understand blockchain. Understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Blockchain,
yeah, yeah. I know
every
that. I know.
transaction that goes on chain must have a
Mm,
signature. You know, cryptography, right? Everything must be secure and validated by a signature. If not,
mm,
it cannot go on chain. So
mm,
in this case, by right, it's supposed to have one complete signature for this transaction to go on chain. But because it's MPC, so it's two pieces of a key. One piece can only generate partial signature. So back to this example, the customer starts a transaction, signs with their half of the key, right? A
mm,
partial signature. Then this API will come to Liminal API. That means to Liminal system. Liminal system will just check, make sure everything is okay. And then Liminal key, which is the other half, will sign the own partial signature. And then the two partial signatures combine to form a complete signature. Now we have a complete signature. This
mm,
transaction can go on chain. So that is
mm,
MPC. And there are different types of MPC. Like Fireblocks is two of three. That means Fireblocks actually have three shards or three pieces. One piece is with fire, or two pieces with Fireblocks, one piece with customer, something like that. So everybody makes their own version of MPC. BitGo have their own MPC. Okay,
mm,
but this is multi-party. So many parts, multi-party, many parts. Okay, so
mm,
this is multi-party computation to compute or to calculate one signature. You can
mm,
use this to help you remember. Many parts to calculate one signature, multi-party computation. Okay,
mm.
that's
Yeah,
MPC. For multi-signature, as the name suggests, there are multiple signature.
yeah.
There's multiple signature. So don't worry, I will cover more once you join Liminal. I will actually have a proper onboarding where I will go through this in detail. But
Yeah.
this one, you just have to know that
Mm,
MPC, many parts, one signature.
mm,
Multi-signature, multi, so many signature.
mm,
Okay, so multi-signature is actually a smart contract. That means to move assets from this one smart contract wallet, you need multiple people to sign off. It's as simple as that. So the idea of these two is actually the same. Many people to control something, but it's just that the mechanism is different. Okay. So you can go read more, don't worry. So multi-signature means that, let's say you, me, and Clarence, the three of us, we create a smart contract wallet, two of three wallet. Two of three
mm,
means two signatures are any two of three. That means there are three people in this wallet, but only two signatures are required.
mm,
So this is usually the lowest and the most common, right? This is the most basic, two or three, right? That means
mm,
three people key are used to operate this. Three people's signatures are recorded, right?
mm,
But every time you want to move something, you only need two people's signature, two people's
mm,
keys. Yeah. So in this case, I have a ledger. Let's say you have a ledger, Clarence have
mm,
a ledger. Each of us store our own private key with
mm,
our, able to generate our own signature. But every time you want to move something from this wallet, let's say now you see online, just me and you. Clarence is sleeping. So Stephen, you sign, then I sign. We
mm,
have two signature. We can move assets from this wallet. And
mm,
Clarence is like the backup. So in
mm,
this case, for example, Stephen, if you're unavailable, then I
mm,
will find Clarence to sign for a transaction.
mm.
Okay. So this is multi-signature. Okay.
So
So
it means that the above the half is okay, right? Above the half. It's
What do you
okay.
mean by above the half?
It's like the blockchain when the transaction is approved, is also it must be above the half to approve. So it means that if we have four, it means that three approve is okay. It means that above the half. Is it my understanding is right for the MBC?
Um, you're talking about transactions on the blockchain?
Oh no, I mean that the MPC on the wallet, like you already said. I just comparison. Make the comparison.
MPC is multi-party. It just means that instead of, so it's just because you always need one key.
Mm,
Right? You always need one private key.
mm,
Okay. One wallet usually is controlled by one key.
yeah,
One wallet is controlled by one key.
yeah,
Okay.
I know. Yeah.
So for MPC, this wallet, let's say a hot wallet,
Mm,
is this one key is split into two shards. Shard pieces,
mm,
two pieces. It's like as if you really, like that all those drama you watch that, oh, one key to activate something, they break into half. Let's say one half give to the brother, the other half give to the sister.
yeah,
It's
I
just
know.
like the drama, right? So
Yeah.
with your own half, you cannot do anything.
Mm,
Right. Yeah. Then the sister with her own half cannot do anything. Only when they come together, the two pieces
yeah.
form one, it becomes a complete seal. Then you can go
Oh.
in. So you must think that now for this key, same thing. One key is broken into two pieces.
Mm,
One piece is with liminal. The
mm,
other piece is with the customer.
mm,
So the customer, when they do something, okay, they start a transaction, they have their half, okay, half. They
mm,
sign, but it is only half a signature.
mm,
Cannot. So then this transaction, the payload comes to Liminal.
mm.
Liminal, checks it. Obviously, this is all automated. It's part of the script. It's an API automation. So Liminal checks transaction. Okay, because of course we have policy, we have firewall, all of this. So we are doing checks, helping the customer to perform checks. So we
Mm,
check, finish everything is okay. Then we put our half of the seal, right?
mm,
Our half of the key. Then these
mm.
two combine. Now you have a complete seal, complete signature. Then the
Oh,
transaction
okay.
can go on the blockchain.
Mm,
Yeah, it is not on blockchain yet.
mm.
All of this is happening before it goes on the blockchain.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Understood. This one I completely understand right now.
Hmm. Now, I mean, multi-signature, since we're on this topic of a seal,
Mm,
multi-signature is just imagine instead of having one key, one seal, you're having three.
mm.
Let's say three keys to open a chest.
Oh.
Yeah. But this chest is very interesting. Instead of requiring all three keys, the chest is like, okay lah, as long as you have any two keys, I can open.
Mm.
That means,
Oh.
let's say on this chest, there are three locks. All
Mm,
right. So three locks. So you, me, Clarence, we have one key each. This
mm,
key is complete, yeah? It's
mm,
not broken, but we have one key each. But this
mm,
chest is interesting. As long as two locks are open already, the third lock will automatically open.
mm,
Yeah. So you only need two persons key at any point in time.
mm,
Okay. So the good thing about having this is that's why it's called backup. That means, for example, if it's a three of three, that means you always need all three to
mm,
sign. Then if let's say you are not free or I'm not free, transactions cannot proceed because one of the signer is missing, right?
mm,
But when you have two of three means that, hey, I only need two people. The third person is a backup,
mm,
right? And
mm,
similarly, if let's say, Stephen, if you lose your key,
mm,
if you lose it, life goes on because I still have Clarence, right?
mm.
Me and Clarence can still proceed to sign transaction. Yeah. So there is that backup, right? So this is a multi-signature. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
No,
Mm,
don't worry. I really want you to do your own research after this. So you just note these two terms:
mm,
multi-party computation,
mm,
multi-signature. I will type this here. I mean, you just search
Okay.
So basically, Liminal offers both. Yeah.
Okay.
So just understand a bit. We use AI, explain very simply to you. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So back to my point just now, I was
Mhm.
talking about hot wallets, right? Hot wallets are interesting because most for efficiency, that's why the key is online and a lot of these things can be done automatically. But because of that, they also have a risk, right?
Mm.
The risk to to the system
Mm.
because your key is online. That's why all the exploits, hacks we read about in the news, these are usually happening on hot wallets.
Mm.
And then again, you see, so the most vulnerable part. And then another one, and there's a draining of hot wallets, especially withdrawal wallets, because usually exchanges and basically a lot of these kind of platform, the withdrawal, basically the one sending assets out to customer, to their customer, it is
Mm.
the most I would say vulnerable because usually they don't have policies because this is, hot wallet. People are making withdrawals. It's almost like you go to the bank, the ATM. When you withdraw cash, you see it is almost instant, right? You cannot accept delays. So same thing. Usually, this kind of, let's say, a crypto exchange or even like a OTC, when they're sending money to the customer, they want the money. They want the customers to receive the money fast. Nobody likes delays. So that's why usually this part, the withdrawal wallet of any organization, of any customer, is usually the most vulnerable.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's why we understand this risk. Okay. So this is your point. So you see, transactions are stuck due to gas fee management because of, let's say, high activity, and then there's a lot of gas fees increase. So sometimes when you put your transactions, you need to pay gas, right? That's the fundamental of blockchain. So some people, when they put the gas, is too low. So because
Mm.
the gas is too low, it gets stuck because the system, obviously, blockchain transaction, they will pick those transactions with higher gas, right? So
Mm.
that's why we actually make it very efficient and because the thing is about efficiency. That's one of our trademarks. So if customers don't mind paying higher gas fee, they can actually make their transactions very efficient. All right.
Mm. Okay.
So I will just move quickly down to this one. Okay, so this is how a typical exchange, yeah, because that's our starting point. We build for exchanges, right? Initially, right? So this is how a default wallet infra will look like for most company that need to receive and send transaction or assets, digital assets. So
Mm.
exchange normally, you see, you have a receiving wallet. They call it a deposit wallet or receiving wallet. So you have multiple users. Okay, so you within this one wallet, which is operate. This is a hot wallet, by the way. Yeah, these are hot wallets. So it's a hot deposit wallet.
Mm.
You have multiple users sending to different addresses.
Mm.
Okay. So obviously, first thing is this wallet is smart enough to split it into, that means within the wallet, you can actually generate millions of wallet addresses. But
Mm.
it's actually all part of the same wallet. So for example, this can be like your Tron deposit wallet. Then
Mm.
people are sending USDT
Mm.
or USDT on Tron to this, and each of them have their own individual address so that you can manage incoming transactions easily. Obviously, one is from point of safety because blockchain transactions cannot be stopped, right? As long
Mm.
as I it's the correct wallet address and I pay my gas fee, the receiving wallet address will always receive the asset. It cannot be blocked, right? It is
Mm.
written on the blockchain, correct? Once it goes on chain, it is confirmed. So for safety reason, that's why we split the addresses up so that user one will have his or her own address, user
Mm.
two will have his or so that you can. Do you know the English word quarantine? You can do quarantine.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you're sick, you need to be separated, quarantine.
Mm.
So the reason of this is that from a safety, remember I said it cannot be stopped. So if this is a bad person, if this
Mm,
is a red flag, high risk, if this is related to crime or scam, and then they send you an asset, then
mm,
this wallet address is, if it's not separated, if this is one single wallet address,
mm,
all the other assets sent by all the other user to the same address will be, contaminated.
mm.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know, I know. It means that the bad person they can send the hacking in that. Yeah, is it
Sorry, I
right?
don't understand your question.
It means that uh, the bad person they will deposit that red flag like stable coin into that into this.
Yes.
So
But that's my point. It is okay because it is separated.
mhm,
That means, you see, if this is a bad person, he sends $100, which is
mm,
scam money, right?
yeah,
Or red flag money.
mm,
The user two, user three are good people. They're just sending their normal savings, or USDT. The good news is, if I'm running remember the transaction monitoring, the AML, the TRM labs software, right?
mm,
They will tell me that this is, we also, Liminal also have our own firewall, by the way, which is using these services. So our firewall can say, hey, this is flagged as a suspicious or bad transaction, suspicious transaction, you know,
mm,
we can stop it from moving anywhere else. That means
mm,
this stays here. Whereas user two, user three, user four, etc., the assets are good. We will consolidate, we will move the assets out somewhere, wherever along the way. This one, if it's identified as bad, it will stay here.
mm,
And then we can either send this asset to police,
mm,
right? Or send these assets back.
yeah,
Yeah. So you
mm,
can see that it, because of this separation, it doesn't contaminate the whole wallet.
mm,
So that's why it's a good point. So because some people ask me, why don't we just have one address?
mm,
Why do you need to build into like that? So
mm,
that's why this is Mahin's design, special design is that, so if it is separated, I
mm,
can separately treat the assets differently. I can
mm,
decide what to do with them. If
mm,
they are all good, then what's consolidate, right? Consolidate means I will gather all the asset and send them somewhere else. Because
mm,
this is like a receiving wallet, just to receive asset. Then
mm.
I can send them somewhere else. I can send them to withdrawal, or I can send them to cold wallet for
Oh,
storage. So consolidation is basically taking all the assets from different addresses and sending them somewhere else. But so back to my point, because we are separating the asset, the wallet address, we can separate the transaction into separate address, means that we can control what we do with the asset.
mm,
There is better control. If it's one single wallet, okay, then your asset, if it's incoming, it will affect everybody.
mm.
If it's a bad sanction user, the assets contaminate everybody.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Mhm,
make
mhm.
sense?
Yeah, Missing that one I completely understand right now.
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
Okay. So the next thing is you can see, uh, this the smart consolidation. You see this smart feature automation. I will explain more. So, for example, just now I used the example of Tron,
mm,
or let's say Ethereum. Let's say Ethereum. That's easier to understand.
mm,
Ethereum. Let's say this is an Ethereum wallet, but there's also stable coin on Ethereum, right? USDT, USDC on Ethereum. So same thing. If a user deposit USDT,
mm,
user deposits USDT. So now this wallet address has USDT.
mm,
When I want to consolidate, means that take the USDT from all these address and
mm,
send it to this wallet.
mm,
But to make it a blockchain transaction, what do you need again?
mm. It means that the hot wallet, right?
Yeah. So
Mm,
I mean, this is a very simple quiz. When you want to move asset, when you want to send transaction, what do
mm.
you need? This is USDT. I want to
Yeah,
move USDT out. What do you need? It's a question. Answer the
Uh,
question, Stephen. Yeah.
okay. Yeah. This one I will yeah, explain in my is my knowledge. Yeah. For example, like this is me. This is Steven. I send stablecoin into this wallet, and this wallet is generated by the Binance. It's like the Ethereum wallet. It's only the Ethereum wallet is specified by me, and then the transaction is approved, and it will move into the Binance. It's called that the Binance hot wallet. It's in here, like the point you already here. It's the Binance hot wallet. Yeah, yeah. Am I right? Yeah.
No, no,
Mm.
no. I mean, um, it's okay. Maybe let me rephrase my question.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
trick question. It's a trick question. It's a very simple question actually. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the Ethereum wallet.
Mm-hmm.
Users send USDT.
Mm-hmm.
So now this wallet address has USDT.
Mm-hmm.
Now the system, right? This smart system wants to
Mm-hmm.
take the USDT
Mm-hmm.
and send it somewhere else. What do I need? What does the system need in order to send USDT
To
on an Ethereum wallet to another Ethereum wallet? What do you need?
it's require the signature of,
Yes, a
yeah.
hint. What else do you need? A hint. I put a hint here. Let me
Yeah.
circle the hint for you. Let me give you a hint.
Yeah.
Look at
It's
where my mouse is.
it's a need the gas. You need the gas as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so what is the gas here?
The gas is
I yeah, I told you Ethereum, right? So what is the gas of Ethereum?
uh the gas of Ethereum is ET is ETH, right? Yeah, I don't know
Yes,
how. Yeah, yeah.
ETH,
It.
yes. So yeah, so it's simple. So you see, I have USDT, which is a token,
Mm.
but I need native ETH, which is the gas.
Yeah, right.
So can you imagine now, let's say this wallet has 10 or 100 or even 1,000 because you can have unlimited. So
Mm.
within a wallet, you can generate millions of wallet address for millions of users
Yeah,
into
right.
one single wallet.
Mm.
Okay, that's the first thing. Liminal, we can do that. So imagine now you have 10,000 users sending to 10,000 different address. Each
Mm.
address have USDT or etc. So now
Mm.
when you want to move the USDT from 10,000 wallet address
Mm.
out, what is the problem you face? You need to
It's
have,
gas.
yes.
Yeah.
So last time the old way is people actually, that means, let's say imagine you're the customer, Stephen, you're running this exchange, right?
Yeah,
You have
right.
to manually send ETH to all the addresses and then you can run the transaction out. You know that? That was the old way of doing things.
Yeah,
Can you
right.
imagine how troublesome and manual it is?
Mm-hmm.
So Liminal, in fact, we came out with the idea of gas station really, really early.
Mm.
Back in 2021, we already have what we call gas station.
Yeah. Oh.
Blocks only came out with gas station, I think, in 2023 or 2024.
Mm.
A few years after us, and there's 5 blocks we're talking about, right?
Mm.
So that's why I say our DNA, the way we design the system is for efficiency,
Mm.
automation. So
Yeah.
that's why this gas station, let's say this is now ETH. This
Mm.
is an ETH gas station. So
Mm.
the gas station actually smart enough to see, okay, let's say we identify, okay, these 3 addresses, the USDT need to move,
Mm.
but there is no ETH. So this gas station will identify these 3 address and
Mm.
send auto fuel. You see, will send the ETH from this wallet. This is actually a wallet, okay, gas
Mm.
station wallet. It will send from this wallet.
Mm.
They call the action, we call it spray. Yeah, it's almost like
Yes.
how you water your plants. Right, you
Yeah.
spray. You send ETH here, 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 and of course,
Mm.
it's smart enough to say, okay, what is the market rate, market gas fee
Mm.
for Ethereum now? They will check. Okay, let's say it is a 10 GUI. Then it will send 10 GUI to the respective wallet address.
Mm.
So this is again smart. So the next time you run this operation, then they'll check again. Or maybe now it's 20 GUI. Or then
Yeah.
it will spray 20 GUI. You get what I mean? This is smart.
Mm-hmm.
it will send the required amount of gas fee here.
Mm,
Okay, so once the wallet address have the gas fee, so smart consolidation means that if there are 3 or 10 or 100 address need to consolidate, the system will collect all the transactions that need to happen. It will
mm,
consolidate and then send this to the next wallet.
mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So on this, you must understand why we have all of this. The reason is automated consolidation, automated refill, automated gas fee spraying. So this will help you. The reason
Yeah.
we remember, we mentioned that the hot wallet is very risky. So you
Yeah.
always want to move assets out. That means
Mm,
if I receive, I want to move them out as
mm,
quickly as possible because this is a risk.
yeah. Right.
I want to send them somewhere safe. Let's say cold wallet, it is safe.
Mm,
Okay. So this flow is that okay, because if let's say imagine you're on an exchange, I'm making withdrawals. Your customers are also withdrawing money all the
mm,
time. So the assets from here
mm-hmm.
first sent to here, and then
Mm-hmm.
once we hit a certain amount,
Mm,
then automatically they'll be sent to cold wallet. So
yeah.
imagine this is a very well developed script running
Mm,
very smoothly. Every time money comes in, it'll be picked up, sent to here,
mm,
maintain this balance, and all the excess money sent to here. That means if customers send, let's say 100,000,
mm,
okay, consolidate, okay, send to here. Okay, withdraw wallet, maybe you set as 50,000. Okay, so the first 50,000 come here. This wallet is now full. The remaining 50,000 will come here. Can you
mm,
see? So that means once you set up this system, Liminal deploy the Liminal system, it runs like a clockwork, right? You can imagine like money come in, you sweep
mm,
it, consolidate, send here, top up. Once full, send the
mm,
rest here. You keep doing this. So
mm,
because you can set the limit here, so your
mm,
hot wallets are always able to, let's say, less than 5%. That means if let's say you have 100 $100.
mm,
So only $5 will be in this at any time. The
mm.
$95 will always be here
Oh,
safely in cold. So every
oh.
$100 come in, $5 come here, 95 come here. Another $100 come in. This one still have $5. Then all the $100 come here. Then your users are withdrawing money. This one
Mm,
drop to zero again. The next batch will top up $5 again, $95 coming. So you can see that this is automated.
mm,
It becomes very then any point in time, you only have $5 in your hot wallet at all times. So can you
mm,
imagine what I'm trying to say? It's like I'm helping you to lower the risk of your business so that
mm,
even if there is something wrong, because hot wallet, your business risk is only $5 instead of the full $100.
mm.
Okay?
This one I completely understand. Thank you, Justin. This one I completely because I make the transaction on Binance maybe daily, but I don't know what is hot wallet. Yeah, but now
Yeah.
I completely understand, and I don't know where's the rest of the money. If the tank is full of Binance hot wallet is full, where's the
Yeah.
come? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they will probably keep it in their cold wallets as well. So yeah, I'm no
Mm,
worry. I mean, okay. So anyway, zooming back, today's purpose is to give you introduction. So if people ask you, oh, how do this happen? How do that happen?
mhm,
Again, don't worry. It is not a single session. I just want you to know enough about Liminal so that you can find out who can use us well. So based on this diagram, I want to
mhm,
target the next segment, which is obviously Stephen. Who can you speak to, right? Who is a good prospect for Liminal? So I hope that now you understand that, hey, obviously exchanges are the best, right?
mm,
Even OTC, because OTC also have a high volume, right? They
mm,
have high ticket, okay?
mm,
Which brings me to the next part here.
mm, yeah.
You see, so Liminal can also help create mobile wallet. That means
Oh,
Liminal mobile wallet.
mm,
And this is good for traders, OTC traders. You see, because it's mobile phone, so they can initiate and sign transaction on the go.
mm,
And because usually OTC, right, over the counter,
mm,
the transactions are large. So maybe one time they are sending, uh, let's say back to this diagram. These
mm,
transactions are, this is like retail, like you
mm,
and I using Binance, a good example, right? So maybe we're only buying a few hundred dollars at one time. So each transaction is only maybe a few $100s, right?
Mm.
Because we are normal working class people.
Yeah.
OTC, yeah, OTC is for large orders, right?
Yeah.
Usually it's like for rich people. So I say,
Mm.
hey, I want to buy one Bitcoin, right? Which is like I think 60, 70,000 US dollars now. You
Mm.
see? So one single transaction is 60, 70,000. Okay.
Mm.
So that's why your maker checker system is good because you will have, let's say, one person on one phone, they will initiate, and then the other person on the other phone will sign.
Mm.
So you see, so maybe this one is a junior trader. They
Yeah.
will first initiate and say, okay, Mr. Big Boss wants to buy one Bitcoin. I will initiate. Okay, send one Bitcoin to Mr. Big Boss wallet. I will initiate.
Mm.
Then the boss of the trader will check and say, okay, all the details are correct, everything is good to go. Then
Mm.
the boss of the trader's phone, he will use that to sign.
Mm.
You see?
Yeah.
So instead of having one person control everything, right?
Mm.
Then now at least you make multiple steps,
Mm.
which is good because the size of this is, let's say, 60 to $70,000. You obviously want to have more control
Mm.
within the OTC trading company. You want to have more control. Who can start the transaction and who
Mm.
can sign off. So we have this also for, which is very well liked by traders.
Mm.
Because the fact is they can sign transaction on the go, right?
Mm.
Just now I also talked to you about, you see now, multi-signature.
Mm.
So just now you see me, you, Clarence. You see this, each of us hold a key, and
Mm.
this is your ledger or
Mm.
treasure, and then this is a basically a multi-signature wallet.
Mm.
I already explained all of that, so you don't have to. I'm not going to go through it again, but now
Okay.
you can see that this is how it works. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I want to stop here right now.
Oh.
I'll return the time back to you. It's really 12:30. It's 11:30. You need to go for lunch soon, yeah?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A quick question is very quick question, sir. Justin, I'm thanking you for the training today. Is before my onboarding. Yeah. A quick question is that for is the OTC, right? I think that OTC is many Vietnamese trader is really interested in, but it's need the private key from like three of us to sign to approve that transaction. Yeah, because in Vietnam, when we want to buy the stable coin, the huge stable coin, every people have to go to the bank and meet face to face to do that. No, for the OTC.
Oh, I don't know. Is that true? I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's not true. It's true. It's completely true.
Oh, so that means for OTC, you
Yeah.
need to go to the only banks can do. There isn't any OTC desk in
Yeah.
Vietnam right now.
In Vietnam, we also have the OTC desk, but I think that is not popular. We do the peer to peer every day, but for the OTC test, maybe people we are not.
Oh, okay. But first, maybe you understand what is OTC, right? Over the counter. Over the
Yeah, right.
counter OTC trading. The reason why people use OTC is because, for example, like Binance, you
Mhm.
can't buy. Maybe because of liquidity, it's for large orders.
Yeah.
It's not easy to fulfill like maybe I want to say $1 million deal. Let's say $1 million. I want to buy
Mhm.
$1 million worth of something.
Mhm.
A normal exchange cannot give you $1 million worth of something so quickly. They will have to gather, right? The liquidity, they have to gather, etc., etc. So
Mhm.
OTC trader is for large ticket deals that a customer says, I want to buy $1 million of Bitcoin, like
Mhm.
now, right? And OTC says, okay, because I have liquidity, I can provide you this now. You see?
Mhm.
Whereas a retail exchange like Binance is hard for them to do. But of course, Binance and all the large exchanges, they also have OTC arm. You understand? There's Binance OTC. There's a
Mhm.
OP OTC. That means obviously this is like your banking. Good example. You have your normal retail banking, and you
Yeah.
have your private banking, right?
Mhm.
So even in the banking world, your retail banking is like you and I. We just go to the bank. We
Mhm.
want to withdraw, maybe $100 is okay. But
Yeah.
imagine you go to the bank and say, "Hey, I want to withdraw $1 million." Is it?
Oh.
Yeah, it's hard. The bank is like, "I don't have $1 million right now."
Mm,
But if you do a private banking, then these are specialized services, right? The,
mm,
the bank offers private banking. Say, I want to
mm,
withdraw $1 million. The private banking, they will have the money,
mm,
right? Because they're used to dealing with customers like you that require large amounts of asset. So they'll say, okay, Mr. Steven, we'll prepare, we have $1 million right now. We
mm,
prepare and send it to you. You see, that's why people use OTC,
mm.
is for large transactions. So
Yo.
back to your point, uh,
Mhm,
I don't know about this, that let's say in Vietnam for large, when you want to buy a large amount of stable coin, you need to physically go to the bank to do.
Yeah.
But maybe you can share more and maybe I'll research more as well. But what I'm trying to say is there are companies that operate as OTC desks, right? That means
Mm,
they only deal with, it's almost like they only deal with private,
mm,
large customer. Private
mm,
bank is like private banker. They
mm.
only deal with large customers. Private bankers don't deal with retail customers like you and I. Right? They deal
Yeah.
with large customers.
Mm,
So in order for transactions for them
mm,
involving the large customer,
mm,
the Liminal have that mobile wallet. That
mm,
means the traders in the team just need to have the mobile phone,
mm,
download Liminal app, set up Liminal wallet,
mm,
then they can move, let's say, they can move one Bitcoin. They can
mm,
move, I don't know, maybe, uh, $1 million, etc.
mm, mm,
through their mobile phone signing. Mobile phone, do not confuse with multi-signature.
mm.
Mobile wallet is not multi-signature.
Yeah.
Okay, I will share more when you fully on board. Just take
Yeah.
it as mobile wallet is one solution. Multi-signature wallet using Ledger or Trezor is a second solution. Two different solutions.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm,
So, so the reason why trader, because they're always on the go, or traders, they can sign transactions wherever they are. A lot of trader OTC
mm,
desks, right? OTC, they like to use mobile wallet.
mm. Okay. Okay. For the OTC in Vietnam, I will research and maybe I will come back to you for the need of this. I think that for my questions, I will research about our training today, and I will.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
actually, we're coming to the last part, which is important. So based on understanding of Liminal, then
Mm,
now you know who are the target customers we can go after.
mm,
So obviously we have the exchanges and
yeah.
payment processes. Oh, good. So payments.
PSP, right? Zalo, Momo.
The good thing is back to that's why this is like one of the most important slides, which I
Mm,
spend the most time on when I talk to customer. So
mm,
so for payment providers, you see, they receive and then they send out.
mm,
They receive, they send out. Payment gateway or payment service providers, they do not really need to store.
mm,
Because for payment, it's always money in, money out.
mm,
They don't need to send it here. So sometimes last time when my customers like payment gateways, they
mm,
mainly use hot wallets only. They don't even need cold wallet. So
mm,
this is it can be tweaked to
mm,
suit our customer. It
mm,
doesn't have to be strictly this way. This
mm,
is just like a normal flow. But a
mm,
different customer, they have different needs.
mm,
So we always say, okay, based on your needs, we will build the correct and the number of wallets for you. No
mm,
worries. Yeah.
mm,
So for payment companies, they will receive money and
mm,
then they will send money. It's very straightforward.
mm,
Okay. So
mm,
for OTC, normally also they use cold.
mm.
OTC desks normally don't have hot wallet because it's same thing. They only deal with a small amount of high net worth individual. Right?
Yeah.
They use cold wallet, good. They will receive money from a customer,
Mm,
let's say USDT, and
mm,
then maybe the customer say, I send you USDT, I want to buy Bitcoin. So
mm,
they have one cold wallet for receiving USDT, and
mm.
then they have a Bitcoin wallet for sending out Bitcoin. So you can see that the OTC don't need to use all of this, right? They will
Mm.
just use a cold wallet.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why different customer will have different needs, and we can build the wallet accordingly.
Mm. Maybe for the OTC they need more security, so they use cold wallet. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're always dealing with large amount and they want everything to be manual rather than automated because they want to protect and control the transactions. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So banks, FIs, the reason that part is not covered is the same flow. It's just that banks, because they require something more secure than even ledger, right? They need HSM.
Mm.
So we can also support banks and FIs with HSM solution. So that's the last piece which I haven't covered, but that one is okay. We can cover another day. So now you know, based on your pipeline,
Mm.
okay, let's flash that.
Mm. Okay. I think that I will talk with my current network is the PSP first, the payment for Momo and Zalo, and tell them our solution for them. Mm. And maybe the for the and the exchange is CIEX as well. I have contact with the senior managers, so maybe they can help us to have a contact with the CEO, the founders as well, because they are not actually that they are not running right now. Maybe because they are still working and building a strand, maybe we can have the deal with them. Yeah, based
Yeah,
on
that's good. That's good. That's important. So, okay, find out, like I say, find out how many of them are going to which event, and we try to set up meetings. Okay,
yeah.
again, you need to start contacting them and start to find out, especially your hot leads.
Mm,
Yeah, let me know what help you need.
mm,
Um, like I said, I'm happy to even, let's say you're in person like this, you
mm,
physically go to their office, but I can join online like this, and I can even have a call with you when you
mm.
are at the customer office.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because I feel I'm not confident enough to
Of course,
introduce.
no, no, worry. But
Yeah.
you just need to ask about like for example, like the CIEX, right? Just ask them what stage are they in, right?
Mm,
What they're running an exchange. What do they need?
mm,
What chains? What are the expected volumes? Like things like that. We can always kickstart the discussion first. You don't
mm.
have to be technical. Just find out about, like sales. You always ask about other questions. You don't have to be technical first. Just ask about,
Yeah.
yeah, like, what are the objectives? What is the customer trying to do? They want to go fast, go
Mhm.
live very fast, you see? Because Liminal, we can help them go live within 1-2 weeks. That's how fast it can be.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
And also another thing, do they use AWS in Vietnam?
Yeah, of course they do. We they use AWS in Vietnam as well.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, that's good because our script, you saw all the automation and all the cloud formation script, everything is all written for AWS. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why? Because some customers they say, oh, they use Google Cloud or they use Huawei.
Huawei
Yes.
maybe just China. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
mean, but some customers do use that, like
Mhm.
Huawei as well as Google GCP, and then they ask us, oh, can we support that? So we always say that, well, for best performance, because
Mhm.
it's written for AWS, we suggest you use AWS.
Okay. Okay. But this for the technical for the introduction code, maybe I will not mention that so
Of course, of course. So, I will teach you also more about sales. It's like, what's the purpose of the first meeting? The purpose of
Mhm.
the first meeting is to get the second meeting.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
right,
always
right.
done in steps. The
Mhm.
purpose of the first meeting is usually, and also depends on who you meet. right? If you're meeting the actual decision maker, that's good. But
Mhm.
if usually it's not the case. Usually, the very first meeting you have with someone usually is just an introduction. Maybe someone is more junior, or
Mhm.
maybe not exactly in the right department. So you always need to make a good impression so that someone will bring you to see the right person. Correct.
Yes, that's
So
right.
the first meeting need not be very technical.
Mhm.
It's just about showing what we can do,
Mhm.
understanding what the customer is trying to do, and then
Mhm.
say, oh, ultimately show that Liminal is a good fit for
Mhm.
you. This Liminal can help you achieve what you want to do, and
Mm.
then get the second meeting, so on and so forth. That's really how it is.
Mm. That's right. That's right. In the first meeting, just say hi, and we are from Liminal Solution, and uh, what can we help you? Yeah, it's like a win-win. It's like a win-win situation. With me, that for the salesperson, also bring the win-win. We bring the solution, and they save and they feel effective in their business. Is that is win-win. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Of course. Of course. Okay. I will return the time back to you. Please go have a good lunch. I will catch up with you again. Have a good weekend. Any questions for me before I go?
Not so far, no. Yeah,
Mm.
if I have any, I will ping you on WhatsApp. Yeah.
Yes, yes, please. So I will send the notes of this as I have a recording.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, like I said, because you're using Gmail, we can't really share recording with Gmail users. It is always a company users, like proper
Oh.
official company email. So, for example, like customers join in this call. Normally, I
Mm,
can send the recording, I can send the transcript easily to them, right? Because
mm,
it's the customer with a company email. But in your case, because it's Gmail, actually,
oh,
it is not allowed. So I will do like what Clarence do. I will take the transcript out, I will export it, and then I'll send it over to you. Then of course you can use AI to summarize it and you know uh, for today's session.
yeah, thank you, Justin. Thank you.
No worries, no worries. Have a good weekend. Happy Friday. Thanks
Yeah,
for your
happy.
time.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Stephen.
See
Bye
you.
bye.